In the previous section, we have seen that the component is created, but that is actually placed inside the app.js. Now we are going to begin with the component based architecture. So I'm going to create a component folder in the src folder, and we will shift the code of header in a specific component only. Let me create a components folder, and inside this there will be a header component. So I'm going to keep H capital header, and with this header folder I'm going to have the index.js file. Now the next question is that why have I kept index.js here? You can certainly keep the name of the component with capital H header.js file. But when you have one component only for a specific folder, then keeping the index.js, it means you just have to import till the folder, that is header in this case. So it is a better approach that when you have a component inside a folder, then you go with this pattern. Certainly if you have one folder and multiple components, you can keep different names as well. So we are going with this approach. Now let's begin the coding. I'm going to import the React from React. Now let's create a functional component, which is the header component. So I'm going to use the arrow function, and I will use the return statement. So let's just copy the coding of component which we have placed inside the app.js. So let's copy, rather cut it, and we paste it here. And let's also export the component. So I'll say export default header. Now let's import the header component. So here I'm going to say import header from, it is inside the components folder /header. Now here is the key. If you had given header.js inside the header, you had to write header /header, but because it is index.js, you just say header here. Alright, so now we have the component placed inside a separate file. So this is how normally we are going to configure various components in separate files, and we are going to import in the app.js. Now because we have used the CSS directly in this particular case, in coming section we are going to learn object-oriented CSS, that is we are going to use the Sass. How to configure and how to deal with that we are going to see in the next section.